Well, day one of my December prospecting trip. It's just a couple of days after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. I've got time off work, so I figured I might as well just have another trip away. Otherwise I'd just be sat at home bored, so thought I'd come back to the hole that I'd previously worked on my last trip here in November. Looks as though the area has been worked since I left then though, because the full rock formation around where I was working has totally changed. But they've been laid out in a manner that suggests that it isn't from flood or anything like that. They've actually been lined up in a row to basically try and dam off the area. So from the looks of it, the hole's been worked a bit. I don't know whether they've worked upstream or in the actual hole itself that I worked last time. I've just done a bucket's worth. I've just finished sluicing and panning that out. There was a few specks in the snuffer bottle, but at the moment I'm still clearing off either my old tailings from the trip that I had in November, because I filled the hole back in with a few large stones, and tailings around that as well. And the material I'm pulling up is still quite muddy, murky, so it suggests it's not fresh material, it's just been deposited. Otherwise the gravels would be coming up with clean water around them, whereas at the moment they're coming up with a lot of mud, murk, so it suggests that I'm getting into some material that hasn't been worked before. I say the last time I was here, it was giving quite a few nice pickers, so I'm hoping when I get down into some more material that I didn't work last time, and hopefully nobody else has worked as well, then that might give some more pickers to come as well. So we'll see how the day gets on. I say I've just done my first pan there. I've just snuffed up a few bits. There was only 3 or 4 small little bits in there, no pickers or anything, so I'm hoping as I'm going to get deeper and back down to where I was last time. I've already raked a good load out. I've got my rake there as well, so I used that to clear a lot of the top gravels off, and now I'm going to be getting down into the material that either I haven't worked or somebody else might not have worked. So we'll see how it gets on. If it's not going to start producing any gold throughout the day, I'm here for a few days, so I'll just scrap this hole, fill it back in, and work further up the stream. So we'll see how it gets on. I'm just sluicing bucket number 2. I decided to bring my homemade DIY sluice with me again this trip. It's just really easy to get set up. You don't need a really wide area or anything like that. Just put a couple of stones underneath it, so you can get the height, get the flow, and away you go. Cleans through nice and quickly. Small scoop like that, by the time the scoop's been put through the sluice, and you get the next scoop, it's ready for it. So it's not running slower than I would have expected through my normal sluice or anything like that. So we'll just have to see if it's going to be catching any gold or not. The hole I'm working's getting right down deep again now, so this bucket or the next bucket I should be able to tell whether it's been completely worked or whether there's still any gold in it or not. So we shall see. Hopefully there's going to be some gold out of this bucket. Well, that's the results of bucket number 2. Just 3 small bits there. Snuff those up and keep going. But unless I start seeing some bigger bits starting to come out, I'm going to have to presume they've all been plucked out already. But as I say, I'll give it another bucket or 2, see how it goes, and see if it's going to be worth continuing for the rest of the trip or to find somewhere new. Well, I've just finished bucket number 3, sluiced it out, panned it out, snuffed up a couple of specks, but nothing compared to what I was getting last time. It's definitely been worked over. The large stones that I put in the bottom of my hole that I worked, they're all gone. Obviously there's a few boulders there that weren't there before as well, and there's full line of boulders. So somebody's definitely had a good go at it, cleared out whatever I had left last time. I just wish I had a few more days when I was working the hole last time, so I wouldn't have had as much to leave. Who knows what else there was in there, but yeah, I hope they've got a good haul out of it. So it looks as though I'm going to finish up another bucket today, because I've only got about another hour of daylight left, and then I'm going to be scoping out somewhere new to do tomorrow. It's not going to be worth continuing here. I've expanded the hole pretty much into a big circle going all the way around. Right down beneath this big boulder there's a big slab going underneath as well. I'm getting like right down beneath that. I've got the 4-inch pump out just so I can get even deeper in there, but as I say, it's just not producing the gold. Following the bedrock wall going down as well, but it's just not giving out what I was expecting. Might be able to show you the hole if I get my viewer in action. So yeah, that's the hole, that's the side of the slab that's going down. There's still plenty of loose gravels at the bottom, but as I say, it's just doesn't seem to be producing the gold that we'll be expecting from it. I've worked all the way along, getting into that crevice there, and following all these bedrock slopes going down the side of the wall. So following those down as well. Working all the material I can find, but as I say, it's just not producing. So whether this is all somebody else's tailings and they've just left a couple of specks left or what, or whether that's just all the mist, I don't know. But a bit of a disappointing first day. At least there's been a few specks rather than a total washout, but as I say, I'll finish off another bucket. You never know, there's still time, but if it doesn't produce, tomorrow's going to be a different spot. Well, that's bucket number 4 done. I'm just about to empty it into my pan. I always have a quick look in the vortex matting at the top just in case I see anything. And there's a bit there. And there's another bit there as well. So obviously nothing's panned out yet, but hopefully there's going to be a few more bits in there as well. Just as I was complaining that the hole was pretty much tapped out, it looks as though there'll be the bigger bits of the day so far. Still nothing spectacular or anything, but better than the specks I was finding earlier on. So we'll give this a pan out. Might have time for one more bucket, but it's starting to get a bit dark now. So we'll see how we get. Well, that's the results of pan 4. One nice picker. And a few other smaller little bits and bobs around there as well. Probably about 10 specks. 2 of the smaller little bits, but at least as a picker for the day. I was thinking to myself, at least give me one picker just to make all the effort worth it. I might have time to squeeze in another quick bucket, but I don't know whether that's still going to be enough to tempt me back here again tomorrow or not. I don't know. Might squeeze out another quick bucket and see what that gives and make that decision from there. But not the best day, but at least there's a picker and a few more specks. So we'll see if anything else comes out. It's getting really dark now. I want to use the flash just to even show anything up. Results of bucket number 5, and back on the specks pretty much. There's probably about 8 or 9 in there, but they're just all really small sizes again. So it looks as though that one picker was just the stream, just rewarded me for the day's effort. Other than that, I don't think I'll be continuing there again tomorrow. It's not going to be worth it just for the few bits and bobs that I'm getting here now. The hole's getting really deep, it's awkward to work now, so that's probably going to be it for the day. One picker, probably about 25-30 specks of colour, but nothing compared to my last visit here, so it's not going to be worth continuing. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.